So today I'm going to talk about how to stain wood. Me and Cam have been working on this Easter project, and we're going to have to stain all the wood in about a week. So I thought I'll share with you how to stain wood, the beginner's guide, staining wood for Dummies 101. It's pretty easy. All you need is the right tools, and there's just a few steps. So with that being said, let me prepare the table and I'll show you how to stain wood. Okay, here are the materials you'll need to stain wood. You'll need pre-stained wood conditioner. This is very important because, as you can see in the picture, that's unconditioned and then that's conditioned. If you do not use this wood conditioner, the wood will turn out very, very blotchy. So you want to start with this. Then this is the stain that we'll be using. It's called American Walnut. You'll need a paint can opener to open these. Never, ever, 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 ever use your keys. Don't ever use your car keys to open this, because your keys will bend and yeah, you'll destroy your key. So always use one of these guys. Gloves. You'll need gloves because stain is very unforgiving. It gets on your hands, it's going to stain your hands, and it's very hard to get out. So you want to wear gloves. I like to use these sponge brushes because when you're staining wood, your brushes get destroyed, and these are very cheap. These are around 50 cents each over at Home Depot. So you could destroy these and not lose a lot of money. You'll need a rag, and then this is what we'll be staining today. This is sanded plywood. The props that me and Cam made are from this material, so I'm going to be staining these. All right, when you're staining wood, you want to make sure you take off your watch, and you don't want to stain wearing nice clothes. I usually take off my watch, I'll take off my rings, and that way I don't mess that up. So we want to use heavy duty gloves. So we'll put those on. So I have 3 pieces right here. I'm going to leave one untouched, and then we'll do a conditioned one so we can see the difference. And then this last one will condition and will stain. So we'll just see the different steps. So what I like to do, there's a lot of dust usually on wood, so you want to wipe it off. Actually, if a lot of times wood will have stuff on it, so you want to take 220 sandpaper and just give it a light sand. And you always go with the grain. So just give it a little light sand. Gets the, smooth it down just a little bit. Alright. And then after that, you wipe it off, right? And then we'll use conditioner. All right. Open this up. Oh yeah, usually I put down paper or wood to work on so it doesn't mess up the table too much. So you take your sponge brush, dip it in there, and then we'll brush it on, just like that. Brush it on just like that. See? Alright, so this takes about 2 hours to dry. Once this dries, then we'll add our stain. So you can see the difference. Alright. See you in 2 hours. Alright, so 2 hours, we let this dry so you can see the comparison. This is with conditioner, this is without. So our next step, we will be adding the stain. This is American walnut. This stuff's pretty good. So we'll put on our gloves. I'm gonna take off my watch and my rings. You want to get some good heavy-duty gloves because a lot of times these will rip and then you'll get stain all over your fingers. All right. All right. I mentioned we use these to open it, but if you don't have one of these, a screwdriver will work, or even a screw. So if you have a screw laying around and you need to pop this open, you can do that. When you're staining, you want to either stain outside because the stain's very fumey, and so you want to stain outside, or if you're staining inside, you want to open up a window and have a fan blowing all the fumes out. All right, so we'll take that. Again, we're going to use our sponge brush. A little goes a long way, so you don't need to drench the brush in the stain, just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then you want to brush it on just like that. And you want to go with the grain, and you want to go one way. Or at least that's the way I do it. So we'll do this. So that's pretty much it. Here we'll go over just a little bit more. So now you can allow this to dry a couple hours, and if you wanted to go darker, you would do a second coat. Cool. So I'm going to stain this one, this piece that we didn't put conditioner on it, just to show you the difference of the blotchiness. So I'm gonna wipe this off with dust. And then we will add stain to this guy. It looks a little darker. Got a little too much on there. I'm gonna wipe some of this off. So this piece we're going to use for our cross test piece. So I'm going to show the client this color. It's a nice brown. It's got a little red to it, it seems like. Anyways. Alrighty. So we'll let this dry usually I like to allow it to dry overnight. So tomorrow morning, we'll see what we got. All right, what else? I think that's it for staining for dummies. Oh, once it dries, then we'll add a finish, which will probably be a polyurethane. We can do that tomorrow. So cool. All right. I subscribe, like, comment down below, and I will see you tomorrow and we'll finish these. All right. Peace. One last thing I wanted to mention. So when you're putting the cap back on the can, you want to make sure that cap's on, because if this spills everywhere, it's just going to be a mess. At the same time, you have to hammer it down. But you have to be careful because stain gets inside this groove, and when you hammer it, sometimes stain will splash out onto you. So what I do is I'll put a rag over the can and I'll hammer it down. So that way it's on tight and you don't get stain splashed all over you. Just a little tidbit. Learn from my mistakes. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow morning. All right, happy Sunday. I'm just getting to the shop. Let's grab this stuff and then we'll head in. All right, so we're gonna check out this stained wood, see what we got. And then, I got this poly that we'll put on the wood. All right, so I just got to the shop. Let me put this stuff down and then let me turn on the lights. Cool, I'm excited. Let's see what we got here. All right. We're still working on the electricity inside the room. So I have to plug everything out here in the hallway still. All right, we got the lights. All right, I'm gonna put you in. So day's gone by. Then you want to wipe off the stain. If there's any residue, see it on the rag. There's not much residue. This is another color that I did yesterday, because we're going to present on Tuesday when we do the test with the client. We're going to say, do you want it this color or do you want this color? So they have options. All right, so this was the piece with the conditioner, and this is the piece without the conditioner. So you can see it's kind of blotchy, and then it's way more smooth and even and better looking right here. And here's a big piece. What it looks like with the conditioner and the stain. All right, so now we usually will put a finish on it to protect the wood and the stain and everything. I like to use this stuff, polyurethane, water-based. So I'm gonna put some of this stuff over this piece. It usually takes like 2 hours to dry. So it's a process. This stuff is water-based, so if it gets on your hands, you can wash it off pretty easy, but still, you want to wear gloves. One second, let me get some gloves. All right, so basically polyurethane is essentially
when it hardens, it's plastic. So there's a very, very thin layer of clear plastic that protects the stain in the wood and everything. All right, I like to use the sponge brush for this. You never want to shake this because it'll look all milky when you apply it. So you just add a little bit, just like this, and then you just put it on, just like that. I like to put maybe 3 coats. So you'll put 1 coat on, 2 hours to dry. Put another coat on, 2 hours to dry. And then you put another coat on. But you can see it looks pretty nice. Here's the one comparison. You can see, looks nice. So this is I think it's a satin finish. So put a little on there, and it will dry clear. So yeah, we'll let that dry for about 2 hours, and then I'll add a second coat, and then we'll show you the end result. And that's it. That's all that has to be done with staining your wood. 4 years ago, I was commissioned to build out this lobby for people. Basically, it's called Starting Point, and basically people go there for information. So I'm gonna take you there because we did the entire wall, and it's all wood and different stains, and you know, we put polyurethane on it, and we made it look really nice. So I'm gonna show you what that wall looks like up close, so you can see, you know, if you take the time, the steps, the conditioner, well, even before the conditioner, you know, wiping it off, and then sanding it a little bit, and then conditioning it, and then staining it, and then, you know, just doing all the steps. The wood at the end will look really, really good. All right, let's go check out this lobby. All right, so this is the lobby I was telling you guys about, and we did this wall, and you can see here, let me get my shadow out of the way, but you can see the stain work on this wall. So if you do all the steps that I mentioned in the video, your wood can look pretty nice. That's a gray. And then this is, I think that's a dark walnut. And then I think this wasn't golden oak. Did this 4 years ago, and it still looks just as good as 4 years. And then here's a table I did, so you can see the stain. You know, the stain, and there's poly on this. There's probably like 3 or 4 coats of poly on this. Makes it look real clean. All right. Cool. All right. So like, subscribe, and comment down below. And actually, the next video I'm going to do will be on how we put this whole thing together. Because everything you see right here, everything was made from scratch. The tables, the chandelier, the shelves, these cabinets, everything was made from scratch. Look at that soft close. Boom. All right. Peace.